Hey guys, today we got a 2021 Lexus ES350 and we're going to remove the front and rear door panels on this car. Now I had never done one of these before. This is the first one. Obviously it's 2021. It just came out, so it's kind of a treat to be able to show this to you. I've already done the other side. They're not too difficult, but there's a couple little things that you do need to know. If you're just tinting the windows, there's a couple options here. On these front doors, you definitely need to remove the door panels. It's very difficult to try to slide behind here, even if you pull the window sweeps out. And you can just do that by pulling back on these and pull the sweeps out. You can get those out. But it's actually not that difficult to remove it, and it's going to make it a lot easier for me to slide my window tint in there when I do that. So I'm going to take them off either way. And since the front ones aren't too difficult, I'm going to go ahead and take off the back ones, and I figured since I had this car in here, I have a few hours on it, I'll go ahead and show you. So let me bring you in and let's get started. Couple things here. There is a cover here that comes off. So what you want to do is you want to get in there very, very carefully with either you can use it like a thin screwdriver, which what I'll do here is I'm just going to slide my little screwdriver underneath, like so, and then just pry it forward towards you. And there's just two little things that release it. And then there's a Phillips screw right up in there. Go ahead and take that off. Step is going to be to pull this window switch off. You can do that a couple different ways. You can get it either, if you don't have a plastic tool, you could take a real thin screwdriver just like I do here, just kind of slide it under here and then just pry it upwards and it pops right off. And then go ahead and push down on the little release tabs, jump plug it. And the driver's side, the switch might be a little bit different, but it's the same concept. And there is a screw right down here. Take that out. Kind of unique on this specific model. I don't know if they're doing it on all the Lexus now, but before, on a lot of these Lexus, this used to be like a little door. And basically you just pried behind it, pushed it towards you, and it pops it out. A little unique on this. So all you do on this one is you just push down. Like that. It's like a little door that slides down. It's pretty cool. And then there's a little screw right there. Phillips head. That we'll go ahead and take off. So now we're at this step now, where we got this screw out, and this one here. I believe that's all the screws for this panel. So the next step's going to be, we're just going to grab like the bottom of the door panel or the front. You could grab the front side over here. And you're just going to pull towards you. Just work your way all the way around. Okay? Got the panel nice and loose on the bottom. Now the top, all you got to do is yank towards you. It basically snaps into place. It doesn't really have like clips. It snaps into this plastic here. A lot of the Hondas have something similar to that. But all you do is pull like that, and then now the panel is actually loose. We need to disconnect the handle here. We need to take off the rod here, which is we're going to pull. We're going to squeeze on the back end of it, and I'll show you just a second. You'll squeeze on the back end of it and then pull down, and then just put it back to the side, and then we'll unplug the light down here as well. So let me go ahead and swing you around and show you what I'm talking about. So right here in the panel is where the rod is. You're going to have this little thing here where you're going to squeeze together and then just pull it out. Okay? Pull it out. You got to remember, when we pulled this panel, we actually pulled the cable out of this little slot right here, this little thing on the door. So you want to make sure when we put the panel back on that we're going to push that back into place right there, and it's going to stay like that before we slide it in back into the hole of the where the lock goes. Okay. Next is the actual handle cable. So that cable runs in here. You just pull away from you, and then take it out of the little ball socket that's right in here. Okay. And then lastly, moving down to the bottom of the panel, you're going to have that last connection where the light is. Push down on that little thing there and slide it out. Okay. So if you're going to tint the vehicle, basically what I recommend from here is just take this channel out, and what I like to do is just basically take it off from where the little clip is right here. Just get underneath it, just unclip it from right there, and then just lift up and take this channel and set it aside. That way when you put it back in, you're not fighting and trying to put this little corner piece on, because sometimes they're a pain to put back on. So I like doing it that way. That way you put it back in, snap it back into place, and you're good to go. And then it's reverse order, putting this back together. Obviously put your cable on, slide this back into the little slot hole for the door panel. Right there. And then just make sure that it goes right back into this little area right here that we were talking about. So we're just going to leave it like that for now. And we'll move to the back doors, and which is pretty much the same thing, just a little bit easier. On the back door, pretty similar. We're going to go behind here, take this little cover off behind the handle. We're going to slide this little thing down and take that screw out of there. We're going to take the window switch off and take the screw out of there, and basically pull the panel, unplug the light on the bottom, and release the cable from there. Remember, we're going to pull this forward so that it unsnaps from there. The back ones are a little bit harder to pull forward than the front. Sometimes it wants to get stuck to the actual rubber piece that's there. So a good trick is to probably take this screw out, and then we could yank on it first to kind of release it from the top, and then we can move on to the rest of the stuff. So let's get started. Situation here, we're just going to get underneath, slide it underneath that plastic piece. Just be as careful as possible with your screwdriver, and then pry forward. Same thing, just a different color in the back ones. There's a little screw there. Now the window switch, slide behind there, right behind there, pry it up, and then push down on the little release tab, unplug it, and then there's a little screw right, like a little magnet. Here, we're just going to push down, and then we're going to take off that Phillips screw that's right there. And I did say we were going to take this off and then pull the panel forward, and I forgot to do that, but now that we're here, we'll just pull this forward. Just pull the tops, and then you're going to go ahead and just pull all the way around. And then we're going to go ahead and just release the cable from the back by pulling away from us. It's a green cable. And take it out of the little ball slot. This little thing here. Okay? And then same thing like we did on the fronts. We're going to pinch the two sides of the door lock cable. And then pull down so it comes out of this little top piece right here. We're going to squeeze these two little pieces and pull down. Then the next step, we're going to unplug the speaker. It's got a little push down pin right here in the front. There's a little speaker, and the same thing with the little light on the bottom. Speaker connection is right here. You just push down on the little tab, pull it out, and the light is on the bottom right here. Same thing. You might need a little screwdriver to push down on the tab because it's kind of small, and then pull the cable that way away from you, and that pretty much does it for removing the rear door panel. And then again, if you're tinting the vehicle, what I like to do, like I said right here, is just take off this little clip right here. Don't take it out of the rubber spot. Just unclip it and then lift up the rubber piece all the way across and just pull it out. And then we're just going to put it back in the same way when we're done. And that pretty much does it, guys. Removing the front and rear door panels on a 2021 Lexus ES300. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, hit me up.